Hello guys, welcome to new screencast series on fundamental of C programming. I am Sandeep. Professionally, I am software developer. Here, I'll be your mentor on this overall course. Today I'll be going through the overview and overall series plan for this fundamental of C programming. Okay, let's proceed. We are going to cover these following topics majorly. First one is problem solving with computer. This is starting in fundamental course in programming. So I'll be discussing various problem solving strategies like requirement analysis, problem analysis, program design, program coding, program testing, installation and maintenance of the softwares, etc. And then I'll be discussing algorithms and flowcharts and different kind of symbols and the strategies used while designing flowcharts and while designing algorithms and while writing pseudocodes. Next, I'll be discussing the coding and compilation and their execution with different environments with the different IDEs. And then we'll be discussing about a little bit of history of C programming, some of the structures of C program like preprocessors, directives, different files, header files, library files, etc. And then we'll be discussing and conclude this problem solving with computer, especially with structured programming language C. With debugging, testing, and their documentation kind of things. Then after we'll jump to elements of C, where we'll discuss about some of the standards of C, like ANSI, C99, etc. Then we'll discuss about character sets. Then we'll discuss about tokens, different operators, identifiers, keywords, etc. Then we'll discuss about variables, then data types, and we'll look at the overview of the structure of a C program and the way of executing a C program. And then we'll jump to input and outputs. As input and output plays a key role in any programming language, and we have to understand that before jumping to other complex kind of things. We'll cover different IO operations, breeding characters, writing characters, formatting those inputs and outputs. We'll cover that in inputs and output section. Thereafter, in fourth section, we'll cover about the operators and expressions, different kind of operators like arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical and Boolean operators, assignment operator, bitwise operator, and the list goes on while we'll discuss them detail on that section. Then after, another important thing is control statement, like conditional statement, if else, nested if else, switch cases, switch statements, etc. We'll discuss break and continue in this control statement section. And then we'll go to the arrays section. We'll introduce arrays, different kind of arrays, single dimensional arrays and multi-dimensional arrays, and their representation. We'll discuss that on arrays section. And then we'll go to the function, where we'll discuss about the different kind of functions like library functions, user-defined functions, and function prototyping, function calling, functional execution, function definition. We'll discuss that on the function section. And then next one is structures and unions. We'll discuss about the different kind of structure of array, passing structure to function, something like that on structure and union sections. And then next one, and one of the important and most important topic in C programming is pointers. We'll go through the we'll introduce the pointers and illustrate some examples on that, and we'll go through the examples and we'll understand practically each and every topic, but pointer is one of the important, so I'll try to illustrate the pointers and different types of operators like end operators and asterisk operators, and we'll go through the declaration of pointers and everything that is related to pointers. We'll discuss that on the pointer sections, and then after we'll move to the file handling and the funny thing. We'll do funny things with file. We'll make a lot of fun on file handling, like opening and closing file with command, with C programming, naming, opening, closing and file, inputting operations like reading data from file, writing data to file. We'll do that on the file handling section, and I think these things will cover the course, cover this series. I think one topic that is left is the graphics. Also, graphics is not much important, and we basically use the already defined functions, library functions, and we'll call the methods already available methods. So I think that is not necessary to include. So I think after covering these topics, I think you people can cover that topic as well. So I'll be covering these topics in this series. And then resources that I'll be using for this series are for IDE. I'll be using VS Code, and it is lightweight, and I have already installed that VS Code, and I am using that for other programming language in my professional or in my office as well, and that is lightweight, and we can use VS Code for multi-purpose. I am using VS Code, but you can have an option for that IDE, something like coding blocks, or something like Dev C++, or you can use Eclipse either, or Sublime Text, or you can go for Atom, and there are multiple options. So you can use any of your choice. So I'll be using VS Code, and it is easy to set up as well. So I'll be showing the setup of the IDE as well, and then I'll be following the book See How to Program, written by Paul Detail and Harvey Detail. 8th edition. The 8th edition. I'll be following this book, and I think the topics and concepts will be extracted from these books. And for the recording of these videos, I am using simple screen recorder that is open source and easy to use and free to use. Next one, and I'll be articulating and publishing videos through YouTube on KICSC channel. So see you in next video, where we'll be discussing about the problem solving with computer, and we'll be discussing on various problem solving strategy on next video. Until then, bye bye.